Okay, in previous class we discussed about morphological analysis, how to construct morphological table. Okay, we are discussing design methods. These design methods are used to find various solutions for a design problem and how to summarize. Okay, so we already discussed about morphological analysis, where a design problem is divided into parts, okay, based on the functional requirements. So in analysis of interconnected decision areas, it is also extension of a morphological analysis. It aims at identifying all compatible combinations of subsolutions or choices generated by morphological analysis. That means you are going to use this AIDA, that is analysis of interconnected decision area, to find which are the compatible combinations and which are the incompatible combinations. Compatible means it's nothing but feasible combinations. This is used for early stage of eliminating some of the incompatible combinations or not workable combinations. If the design parameters chosen are mutually independent, then all the combinations will be compatible. That means all the combinations will look like feasible if the design parameters are independent. Because of the difficulty in arriving at parameters that are totally independent, we end up with some incompatible ones. So that means there are some, if you consider few design parameters, some design parameters are interdependent and some are independent. Okay, so if there are interdependent parameters, then obviously they will result in some incompatible solutions or incompatible combinations. AIDA involves constructing a compatibility matrix in which compatibility, that means feasibility, is indicated by 1 and incompatibility, that is non-feasibility, is indicated by 0. So here also you are going to make use of morphological table. By evaluating the morphological table based on our technical knowledge, our experience, we are going to make judgment regarding which are the feasible combinations and which are the non-feasible combinations. Then feasible, workable combinations are denoted with 1, and not workable combinations or not feasible solutions are denoted by 0. That we will understand by considering an example. Okay, so we are going to consider a product called liquid ink writing instrument. Okay. So you are familiar with various types of pen. Okay, so which is what do we call this pen? This is a
ball pen.
Ball pen. This is
Pen.
Ink pen or fountain pen. Okay, these are
Sketch pen.
Okay, so these are sketch pens. Okay, this is
ink pen.
Ink pen. Ink pen only. This is Euro pen. Okay, so generally we have seen various types of liquid ink writing instrument. Okay, so if these are called as liquid ink writing instrument, then which is the solid writing instrument?
Chalk piece.
Pencil.
Okay, so those are the solid writing instruments, whereas most of the pens are sketch pen, they are liquid ink writing instruments. Okay, So next, we are going to divide the product called pen or ink writing instrument into number of parts. Okay, so this is the problem. Design problem is related to designing of a pen. Okay, so the author of the textbook. Okay, so based on their understanding of the problem. Okay, so they divided this problem called pen or ink writing instrument into three parts A, B, C. Okay, based on components and functional requirements of the pen. Okay, one is ink reservoir, filling mechanism, then writing point, ink transfer. Okay, so these are the three parameters considered: ink reservoir, okay, so and filling mechanism, writing point, ink transfer. That is nothing but nib. Okay, so that is the writing point, ink transfer. How ink is going to get transferred from reservoir to the nib. Okay, that is the writing point, ink transfer. Filling mechanism is, so how you are going to fill the reservoir. Okay, what are the possible ways which you can achieve this? Okay, first consider the first parameter, that is ink reservoir. Okay, so here in case of ball pen, which is the ink reservoir in case of ball pen?
Refill.
Okay,
Refill.
refill is the ink reservoir. In case of fountain pen, okay, this is the ink reservoir. This rigid tube is the ink reservoir. Okay, in case of Euro pen, so inside this there will be a collapsible tube. Okay, so a tube made by rubber or plastic like material. Okay, so that is the collapsible tube, that you can see if you remove this rigid container. Okay, so then in case of sketch pen, okay, so what is the ink reservoir used?
Sponge.
Sponge. Okay, that is nothing but that is the fibrous material. Okay, sponge is one type of fibrous material. Okay, so you know in these pens there are different types of ink reservoir. Here it is a refill which is replaceable. Okay, then here it is a rigid tube. So in case of Euro pen it is a collapsible tube. That means it is very smooth. Okay, and in case of sketch pen or in case of markers, it will be made by fibrous material like sponge. Okay, so now consider the ink reservoir tube, collapsible tube in case of Euro pen, fibrous material, that is sponge in case of sketch pen or markers. Okay, so these are the possible options for ink reservoir that we have already seen in different types of pens or different types of writing instruments. Okay, next, filling mechanism. We have not seen partial vacuum. Okay, this is not used quite often, but we have seen these three mechanisms: capillarity, replaceable reservoir, pour ink into reservoir. Okay, so where you can see capillarity, that means in case of capillarity, if you place the nib, okay, so nib of the pen into the ink bottle, because of the capillary action, ink is going to, that nib is going to absorb the ink. Okay, so this will happen in which case, in which pens?
Sketch pen.
Euro pens.
So Euro pen, or in few ink pens also it will happen. That is a capillary, because of the capillarity. So ink is absorbed by the nib. Okay, and it will be raised and it will be collected in the ink reservoir. Replaceable reservoir.
Ball pen.
Ball pen.
So in case of ball pens, okay, so after when the refill get empty, so you are going to replace it with a new refill. Okay, so refills are already available in the market. You will buy a refill and you will replace it. That is the replaceable reservoir. Pour ink into reservoir. This is applicable in case of fountain pens. Okay, like this ink pen. So what you are going to do, you are going to remove this and you are going to fill the ink. Okay, next, if you consider the nib of the pen, again you can see different types of nibs. Okay, the nib of ballpoint pen is different from the nib of the fountain pen. Again, the nib of Euro pen, or if you remove this cap of the sketch pen and if you look at the nib or point of writing point. Okay, so it is different. So again, split nib capillary feed, ballpoint viscous ink, point of fibrous material capillary feed. These are some identified possible options for nib. Okay, in which writing find split nib capillary feed, which is the example. Split nib.
European fountain.
So European or fountain pen in ink pen. So here you can see split nib. So that means there is a slit. Okay, so there's a line. Okay, which is going to divide this nib into two parts. Okay, right off and left off. So that is the split nib. Okay. So in case of European also you can see this. Okay, so the size may be small. Okay, but similar structure you can see in case of European also. So that means split nib capillary feed is used in ink pens. Okay. Next, ballpoint viscous ink. In most of the ballpoint pens, okay, the nib will be based on this ballpoint viscous. Point of fibrous material capillary field, which is the example for this?
Sketch pen.
Sketch pen. Again, if you look at the material of the nib in sketch pen, okay, that is not metallic, that is fibrous material. Okay, so that is the example. So you have seen the various combinations. Okay, so if you can compare the pens or sketch pens available in the market, and you can choose the combination. Okay, so and you will get the available products. Okay, so this is about morphological table. Next, you have to in AIDA, that is analysis of interconnected decision areas. So you have to look into which are the compatible combinations and which are the incompatible combinations. Okay. Now, before going to that, first you have to think whether these three parameters are independent or these are interdependent. That means if you choose a particular ink reservoir, next that will have an effect or that will decide which type of filling mechanism you have to choose. Okay, if you choose a particular filling mechanism, that will restrict the options for nib. Okay, so by looking at these three, whether these three parameters are dependent or independent.
Dependent.
Okay, so these parameters are dependent. If the parameters chosen are dependent, then as we discussed earlier, some combinations will become incompatible. Okay, because of the mutual dependency of parameters, some combinations will become incompatible. Okay, so next we'll look into the steps in AIDA. First, identify design parameters and draw morphological table. Okay, that was done. Three design parameters were chosen for this example and morphological table was constructed. Okay, how many possible solutions available in this morphological table? How many combinations you can get?
36.
36. Okay, 3 into 4 into 3. Okay, totally you are going to get 36 combinations. So next in compatibility matrix, so you have to find out of 36 how many are feasible and how many are non-feasible combinations. Okay, so for that, first is identify design parameters and draw morphological table. That was done in the previous slide. Next, based on the available options, so we can say there are 36 solutions, but all the solutions are not compatible because the parameters chosen are mutually dependent. That's why all solutions are not compatible. Next, construct a compatibility matrix. Okay, so this is the compatibility matrix. Okay, so this is the morphological table. Okay, and this is the compatibility matrix. So in order to in order to create a compatibility matrix, what you have to do is, so first write design area, list them vertically and horizontally. Okay, there are three parameters, that means three design areas A, B, C. Okay, So list them. A is nothing but ink transfer, B is nothing but filling mechanism, C is writing point ink transfer. Okay, again horizontally also list them A, B, C. Okay, next list the sub solution. So in case of A, three solutions are possible solutions are available. That's why A1, A2, A3. Here also A1, A2, A3. Next, in case of filling mechanism, four possible solutions. Okay, that's why B1, B2, B3, B4. Here also B1, B2, B3, B4. Next, in case of C, three solutions are possible. Okay, C1, C2, C3. Here also C1, C2, C3. Next, in a pen, we are going to choose one among these three. That means in a single pen you don't find A1 and A2. So that means you are going to choose only one among these. That's why. So you are not going to evaluate same decision areas. That means you are not going to check the compatibility of A1 with A2 or A1 with A3. It is not required. Okay, since we are going to choose only one among the three, so no need to check the compatibility of A1 with A2 and A1 with A3. That's why this column will remain empty. Okay, next similarly B1, B2, B3, B4, and again similarly this is the same design area. Okay, so we don't evaluate the same design area. That means we don't evaluate B1 with B2, B1 with B3, B1 with B4. Since we are going to choose only one among these four, okay, we don't check the feasibility of same decision area. Similarly, here also we don't check CC. That means this column, and this column should be left blank. Okay, next you have to check compatibility of A and B. The reason is, so we are going to choose one from A and one from B. Okay, that's why we have to check compatibility of A with B. Okay, so based on the experience and based on the knowledge of the designer of the product called pen. Okay, so he has written this compatibility matrix. Okay, so according to his point of view, A1 means rigid tubes. Okay, if you choose rigid tube for A, then what about choosing B? Okay, so rigid to A1, B1 means you can choose rigid tube and partial vacuum. That is possible. So that is denoted by 1. Next, rigid A1, B2. So that means rigid tube capillarity, that is also possible. Rigid tube replaceable reservoir possible. Rigid tube pour ink into reservoir, that is also possible. So possible means feasible. They are denoted by 1. Next, consider A2. A2 is collapsible tube. A2 collapsible tube. Okay. If you choose collapsible tube, then can you go for partial vacuum? Can you go for capillarity? Can you go for replaceable reservoir? Can you go for pour ink into reservoir? So that will be represented in this row. Okay, so A2 is collapsible tube. Next, A2B1 means you are choosing collapsible tube. If you choose collapsible tube, then can you go for partial vacuum? Yes, it is possible. That is noted by 1. So collapsible tube you can see in Europen. Okay, so again because of the partial vacuum, if you press that collapsible tube, ink is going to get raised through the nib. Okay, so that you have seen in case of Europen. Okay, that is possible. Partial vacuum and collapsible tube is a possible combination. Okay, that's why it is 1. Next, collapsible tube and capillarity is also possible. In Europen also, if you to ink reservoir or to ink bottle. Okay, so ink is raised because of the capillary action. Okay, so that is also possible. Capillary collapsible tube, that is A2 and B2 is also possible. Next, collapsible tube replaceable reservoir. Okay, this is not possible. If you have seen the Europen, okay, so that collapsible tube is permanently attached to the Europen. Okay, you cannot remove that. That is very soft. Okay, it is difficult to remove and again reassemble it. Okay, so that's why it is an incompatible solution. That is A2 collapsible tube and replaceable reservoir is incompatible solution. And again, pour ink into reservoir is also incompatible because this material is very soft. You cannot hold that firmly to fill the ink into reservoir. Okay, that's why these two are not feasible solutions. Okay, similarly, you can consider A3. A3 is fibrous material. Okay, if you choose fibrous material, then can you go for partial vacuum? You cannot go for partial vacuum. You know, if you can visualize the ink reservoir in sketch pen, since that is a sponge material, there will be no vacuum available in that. Okay, so that's why fibrous material and partial vacuum is not feasible. Next, fibrous material capillarity, that is possible. Fibrous material replaceable reservoir also possible. Fibrous material pouring into reservoir, you can pour ink into that sponge. Okay, that is also possible. Like this, this is an example. Like this, you have to evaluate all possible combinations. Okay, A1 C1, that is A1 is rigid tube, C1 is split nip capillary feed. Okay, so like that you have to evaluate feasibility of the combinations. Okay, so this is how you have to write the compatibility matrix. Okay, if you have any doubt or anything to ask, you can. Otherwise, I will continue. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Okay, so like this, again, no need to remember all these things. Okay, if you get a product, okay, so you can visualize based on your knowledge, based on your experience, you can divide the design parameters. Those design parameters need not be the same. Okay, based on your knowledge, you can choose other design parameters also. Okay, no problem. And again, possible solutions ಇದೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. So according to your viewpoint, according to your knowledge, okay, you can identify some possible solutions. And again, for the morphological table you have constructed, you can check the compatibility. Okay, ಇದೇ ತರ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನೇ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೆಯೋ ಅಗತ್ಯನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. Okay, so have knowledge, what is the procedure need to be followed. Okay, ಅದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So based on the knowledge you gained till now, okay, so for any product you can so construct a morphological table. You can also construct compatibility matrix. ಇದನ್ನೇ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು reproduce ಮಾಡೋ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. So you can get any product. So it need not be what we discuss in the class or what is available in the textbook. You can get any product available in the market or which are familiar to you. Okay, so we discussed about the collapsible tube. Okay, this is the collapsible tube in case of European. Okay, if you remove this rigid container, so you can find this collapsible tube. Okay, so this you can press. When you press, there will be partial vacuum. Because of the partial vacuum, ink is going to rise in this. Okay, so through this ink is going to get raised. That is the partial vacuum. And again, this is collapsible tube because it is not rigid. Okay, so this is the ink reservoir in case of marker or sketch pen. Okay, it is like made by fibrous material. It is a plastic cover. Inside that there will be a fibrous material. Okay, and again, partial vacuum is not possible in this case. Okay, since both sides are open. Okay, so both sides are open and it is completely filled with fibrous material. Okay, partial vacuum is not possible, but you can fill the if you wish to fill ink, you can pour ink into this. Okay, next, deciding whether a pair is compatible or not requires knowledge, judgment and experience. Okay, so again, you have studied many subjects in previous 6 semesters. You have to apply the knowledge gained through your engineering graduation. Okay, till now, whatever you have learned, based on that you have to construct a morphological table. Based on that you have to construct compatibility matrix. Okay, and again you have to judge whether that is feasible, or then you have to why you are considering a particular combination as feasible. You have to justify. Okay, so this is one example. You have to explain like this. Okay, so B to C2 combination. This is one example how we have to justify your choices. Okay, consider B to C2, B2. This is C2. Okay, that is ballpoint viscous ink instrument with capillary feed. Okay, this is a ballpoint viscous ink feed with capillary feed is incompatible since viscous forces will oppose and tend to neutralize the surface tension which give rise to capillarity. Okay, in order to achieve capillary feed, there must be surface tension. Okay, so but in this combination, that is B2 and C2. Okay, so B2 C2, B2 is capillarity, filling mechanism is capillarity, C2 is ballpoint viscous ink. Again, in case of ink pens, you can see there will be capillary rise, whereas in case of ballpoint pens, if you if you keep the nib of the ballpoint pen to a ink bottle, okay, so ink doesn't rise because of capillarity. It doesn't rise. The reason is in case of this combination, okay, so the surface tension required for capillarity is neutralized by the viscous forces. That is the reason you cannot see ink rising through the refill when you keep the nib of the ballpoint. It doesn't happen because of this reason. Okay. Since the viscous forces will oppose and tend to neutralize the surface tension which give rise to capillarity. Again, this is the knowledge that you are going to acquire in which course? Capillarity, viscous forces, where you learned this?
Fluid mechanics.
Fluid mechanics. Okay, so again, you have to apply the knowledge you gain in fluid mechanics. Okay, similarly, for some applications, it may be knowledge of heat transfer. Okay, for some it may be knowledge of machine design. For some it may be knowledge of manufacturing science. Like that, you have to apply based on type of product you are considering as an example. Okay, the next step is to list all sets. Okay, this is one possible set. Okay, you are keeping A and B1 fixed. Okay, A1, B1 as fixed, and I am wearing C1. Okay, A1, B1. So check A1, B1. It is compatible. A1, B1 is compatible. Next, I have to check A1, C1. A1, C1. This is also compatible since it is 1. Next, I have to check B1, C1. B1, C1. This is also compatible. Since A1, B1, B1, C1 and A1, C1 is compatible, the complete set, this combination of these three is also compatible. Okay. Next, consider A1, B1, C2. A1, B1. It is compatible. Okay. Next, B1, C2. B1, C2. Okay. This is not compatible. That's why this combination, that is A1, B1, C2 is incompatible, and incompatible combination is denoted by underlining this combination. Here you can see I have underlined this combination that denotes that it is a incompatible combination. Okay, next A1, B1, C3. A1, B1, it is compatible. A1, C3, A1, C3, this is also compatible. Next B1, C3, B1, C3, this is also compatible. That's why this complete combination will become compatible in the initial stage. This is the initial stage of reducing the possible combinations. Further you have to evaluate and further you have to reduce. Okay, that is by using different methods, different analogies. Okay. Next, similarly, A1, B2, C1. A1, B2. Again, it is compatible. A1, C1. A1, C1. It is also compatible. Next, B2, C1. B2, C1. It is also compatible. A1, C1. That is also compatible. That's why it is a compatible set. Similarly, A1, B2. A1, B2. It is compatible. Next, B2, C2. B2, C2. 0. That means it is incompatible. That's why it's a incompatible combination denoted by underlining it. Okay, next A1, B2, C3. Similarly, if you evaluate, it is a compatible set. So you have to list the possible combination. That means you can get 36 possible combinations for this morphological table. You have to list. Okay, so you have to continue listing in this similar manner. You will get 36 combinations. Okay, out of 36, how many are incompatible? That also you have to identify, and you have to represent it by underlining them. Okay, so this is how AIDA, that is analysis of interconnected decision areas, will be done. Okay. In the list, incompatible sets are underlined. The remaining combinations are analyzed further. Okay, so you may get it in the AIDA, you may get many combinations as feasible, but again based on many other factors. Okay, based on financial and economic feasibility, based on available resources, available manpower, skill of manpower, availability of raw materials, okay, and manufacturing lead time and other many other factors, you are going to eliminate these compatible solutions also in further steps. Okay, so this is about AIDA, that is analysis of interconnected decision areas. Okay, it is the feature is here. First you are going to construct morphological table. Then after that you are going to construct compatibility matrix like this. Then you have to justify which are the compatible sets and which are the incompatible sets by listing them and underlining. Okay, this is the step you have to follow. Okay, I will give it as an assignment for 5 marks. Okay, I will give a few more examples. For that you have to write the compatibility matrix. Okay, so then you will understand it in a better way. Okay, next another method is brainstorming or brain writing. This is another design method. Okay, where brainstorming is used. So how brainstorming will be conducted? What do I mean by brainstorming? Okay, if you consider the campus recruitment or campus selection, okay, which are the rounds you have to pass or you should go through to get recruited in any company? Which are the rounds, various rounds? Which is the first round?
Aptitude.
Aptitude. Second round?
Communication.
Communication. Which is the second round? GD, group discussion. Okay. Next?
Next, interview.
Interview. Again, in interview, there may be technical interview and there may be domain specific interview. Okay, and there may be interview by human resource department. That is the last. Or before that, they will conduct technical interview. Okay, most of the companies they include four rounds. Okay, so aptitude test, then group discussion, then technical interview, then HR interview. Okay, now why they conduct group discussion? Why it is required? In group discussion, they will eliminate many. Okay, simply they will give a topic and they will allow you to discuss to check communication. Okay, any other answers? Why group discussion will be done? Okay, do you think if you speak a lot in group discussion, you will be selected?
No, to see their confidence level.
It depends on the, they are going to check confidence level. Then Okay, no. So that means it is not only about speaking fluent in English. They are going to consider a lot of things. Okay, and how we apply our knowledge at spot. Okay. Again, testing communication skills, and they want to test how you behave in a group. Okay, whether you listen to others, whether you respect others, whether you try to dominate in the group. Okay, they are going to look into various aspects. Okay, why they are going to check whether you are capable of working in a team, working in a group is in companies. In most of the companies, you have to work with people. You have to work in a group. Okay, at times, whenever there are problems, okay, so they are going to conduct group discussion in the company also. Okay, that means there will be meeting of the team. Okay, and again, you may have to manage a team. That means there will be subordinates. That means people who have diploma or ITI. So they may be working as machine operators, or they may be working in shop floor. You have to manage them. So that means you must have capability to work in team. Okay. This brainstorming is also part of group discussion. It is also like group discussion, but it is not like TV debates. Okay, brainstorming is not like our television debates. Okay, what is the difference between a professional behavior and the television debates you see? If you again, if you speak like how panelists in a television debate speak, do you think companies will hire you? They don't. Okay, so that means okay, so you are going to understand what should be your attitude when you face a group interview, or sorry, group discussion. So you will understand after going through the procedure followed for brainstorming. Okay, so that means you should exhibit professional behavior. Okay, brainstorming or brain writing. This method of generating ideas assume that criticism or fear of criticism is an inhibiting factor for creative thinking, and that two minds are better than one because of the reinforcement they provide to each other. Okay, so brainstorming is used in many companies. Okay, by considering these two factors, or whenever any company or any team is doing brainstorming, they are going to consider these two things. One is criticism or fear of criticism is an inhibiting factor. Okay, so this most of us we have experienced. Okay, so we at times we want to tell something, we want to communicate our point of view, but we hesitate because we have a fear that what others may say, others may criticize, others may laugh at us. Okay, we have inhibiting factors. ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಆಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ವಾ, that is the inhibiting factor. While brainstorming, so you are going to consider the criticism factor. Okay, you have to avoid criticism. You should not criticize others. ನೀನು ಹೇಳಿದ ತಪ್ಪು, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಸರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ you should not argue. Okay, in brainstorming, that is one thing. Next, two minds are better than one. That means teamwork is better than individual work. Why teamwork is better than individual work? Why two minds are better than one mind? What is the reason?
One can find out the negativity. The other.
One can find out the negativity. Okay. So whenever you are dealing with complex problems, okay, it may be a problem regarding economy of a nation. It may be a problem related to law and order in a system. Okay, it may be a design problem, or it may be a problem related to new project, or it may be a problem related to new product. Okay, every individual has having own limitations. Okay, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ ಯಾರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ. Okay, that's why you should have a team of experts and you have to take opinion from all, okay, and then you have to discuss, then you have to come to conclusion which should be taken for implementation. Okay, always number of minds are better than a single mind. Okay, we know the consequences whenever a nation is ruled by dominating personalities. Okay, usually the system will be in trouble. This we have seen in the throughout the world, even India also. Okay, when a single person try to dominate the entire system, there will be a problem. Okay, same problem will occur even in companies. That's why whenever they are conducting group discussion, so if someone is dominating the entire group discussion without allowing others to speak, then you may think, okay, so I may be selected, but most of the time they will reject you. Okay, that means dominating nature is not always preferred when you are working in a team. What if the governing bodies are not ready to agree? Governing bodies are not ready to agree the idea of the experts. Okay, so first they will consider all the ideas. Okay, so they don't criticize at that time, but again, while choosing for implementation, they have to think about again merits and demerits of every idea. Okay, so the positive and negative side of every idea, and again they have to convince that okay, these are the negative side of your ideas, so we cannot, or because of various other constraints, okay, we cannot choose your ideas. That will be communicated in a polite way rather than arguing, rather than demotivating them. That will be conveyed in a polite way. If the team is having professional behavior, okay, if they are not professional, then okay, so then that is problematic. Okay, so next there is a scheme or there is a procedure to conduct brainstorming. Okay, if we are in class, okay, if we are doing this in offline, we might have done a brainstorming in class, but because of online I cannot do it practically. Okay, this is the procedure. Select a group of people. Okay, it may be 10, 15. First step to conduct brainstorming is you have to select a group of people. Next, state the problem as simple as possible. That means problem statement we discussed earlier, how problem should be stated. That should be as simple as possible. Next, give 10 minutes to each member to write down solutions. Next, each member reads one idea in turn. Every idea is noted down. That means when someone is giving an idea, others will simply sit quiet. They don't criticize. Okay, this is not feasible. This is not good idea. This is bad. Like that, no one will criticize in brainstorming. Okay, so every team member will be allowed to come up with his own idea, and that will be noted down without any criticism or without any judgment. Next, rule out judgment. Again, why you have to rule out judgment is if you start criticizing the ideas, that will result in inhibiting factor. That means people start hesitate to say what they want to say. Okay, that is the problem. When people don't have a conducive environment where they can speak their mind, okay, then you know the consequences. That's why judgment or criticism will be avoided in brainstorming. Okay, next, encourage humor. Okay, so with the help of this humor, mind gets relaxed. Okay, so that once again people can think by using their knowledge, by using their creativity, they can think. In order to do that, okay, you have to relax the mind of the team members. For that, if you can encourage humor, that is preferable. Okay, next, logical classification of ideas. Once every team member read his idea and those ideas are noted down, then you have to classify them based on, okay, so feasible ideas, not non-feasible ideas, okay, can be implemented with few modifications. Like that, you can classify the ideas generated by the team. Then concepts are later evaluated and selected. Selected one is further developed. Concepts are later evaluated. Okay, so later means you are not going to criticize while people are coming up with idea. So you are allowing them to give their ideas or give their viewpoints. Okay, all those viewpoints or ideas will be noted down. Then after the complete process, later you are going for evaluation and you are going to select one or two solutions, and finally you will choose ultimately one solution for implementation. Okay, this is about brainstorming. Okay, if you have remembered in the first class itself, I asked some questions. Okay, I conducted virtual brainstorming. What do you like in online class lectures? What do you dislike? Okay, these are also part, not exactly it is brainstorming, but it is in a similar way. Okay, I allowed all of you to give your viewpoint. Okay, so you have given your feedback, then I have listed. This is the logical classification of the ideas. Okay, then some may be chosen for implementation, some may not be implemented. Okay, that is the evaluation part. Okay, so these are some of the examples of problem. Okay, separating green tomatoes from ripe tomatoes in huge mixed up lots quickly and automatically. Okay, so if this is a problem given to you, okay, so what is your idea? How we can achieve this? Okay, in a lot, okay, in a lot you have to separate ripe and green tomatoes. Usually ripe tomatoes will be in red or orange color. Okay, so how we can separate green and red or ripe tomatoes? What are the possible ways in which you can achieve this? Separating green tomatoes from ripe tomatoes in huge mixed lots quickly and automatically. This is the problem statement. Okay, we can use color detecting sensors. Okay, any other possibility?
Image sensors.
Humidity sensors. Which type of sensors?
Image sensor.
Image. Okay, image recognition. Okay, that is also a good idea. Okay, so as we know, compared to ripe and unripe tomatoes are hard. Okay, so then you can think about density. Okay, so and again putting all the tomatoes in water, whether ripe tomatoes will float and unripe will sink. Whether they may not be feasible, but you can think about possible ways in which you can solve this problem. Okay. Next, design a mechanism to ensure proper utilization of available water resources. Okay, this is a very complicated problem, and this is a problem related to civil engineers. Okay, methodologies to make teaching learning process effective. Okay, this partially we did. Okay, I asked your suggestion, that is what do you like, what do you dislike in online lectures, all those things we discussed. That is also part of improving the methodologies to make teaching learning process effective. Okay, next this is the last topic of unit 3, synectics. This is also similar to brainstorming, but there are there's the procedure and there are some restrictions in synectics. Okay, first is here you have to select 6 persons from diverse areas. Okay, so here the group consists of, in case of synectics, this is also like group discussion. Okay, or this is also a group activity to come up with solutions to a problem. Okay, so in synectics usually it consists of 6 persons from different fields. Okay, one may be having expertise in the field of medicine, one may be expertise in the field of engineering, one may be having expertise in the field of administration, one may be expertise in the field of biology. Okay, like that, people from different fields, different diverse areas, okay, are called for discussion. That is the first consideration in synectics method. Next, only one person who has direct experience with the problem. So out of these 6, only one person is having direct experience with the problem. If it is a technical problem, then only one person is having knowledge of technology. Okay, at least one person expertise in biology. So that means most of the engineering products or engineering design problems in one or other way, they are having impact on our ecosystem, impact on plants or life of animals. That's why in synectics, one person having expertise in the field of biology is compulsory. If you are following synectics method for problem solving, then the team must consist of one person having knowledge of biology or expert in the domain in biology. Okay. Next, does not contribute any ideas. Okay, out of 6, one will be having direct experience with the problem, one will be an expert in the field of biology, and another point is the leader of the group, one who is leading the team, he don't come up with any idea. Group doesn't contribute any ideas. He attempts to conduct the discussion at a suitable pace. So that means if someone is dominating the discussion, okay, he will control the person who try to dominate the discussion. That is the role of the leader. He attempts to conduct the discussion at a suitable pace and without allowing anyone to dominate. Okay, you will give fair chance to all to give their ideas. Okay, and again, leaders should not behave like one famous journalist like Arnab. Leaders should not behave like Arnab Goswami. Okay, so who doesn't allow anyone to speak in panel discussion. Okay. Next, problem is stated. These are the preliminary considerations to conduct synectics. Then after that, problem will be stated. So before allowing team members to come up with solutions, team will first discuss the existing solutions. The reason is to avoid repetition of the existing solutions. That means these are already available solutions. That's why the team is going to concentrate on solutions which are not already existing. Okay, that's why first they will list out the existing solutions and they try to come up with new solutions to the problem. That's why group attempts to discuss existing solutions first. Then group makes use of analogies to understand the essential nature of the problem and to direct the thinking to a wide range of design concepts. Okay, next in this step, okay, they are going to give ideas by making use of various analogies. Okay, so these are the different analogies. The analogies employed in synectics are: first one, symbolic analogies, similes, metaphors. Okay, where do you find the application of the similes and metaphors? In English grammar, you learnt about simile and metaphor. Where it will be used? Okay, in poems. Okay, in general, why simile or metaphor is used? What is the purpose? To compare. Okay, then okay, at times if you directly criticize someone, you may be in trouble. What you are going to do, instead of directly taking someone's name, okay, you will compare him to some animal or some other person. Okay, that is the use of simile or metaphor. Okay, you don't directly mention the a particular product, or you don't directly mention a particular person. Instead of that, you will take some other thing or some other animal, some other person. Okay, indirectly, okay, you are telling something instead of directly telling. Okay, so ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ we make use of simile and metaphor. Okay, in case of symbolic analogies, instead of searching solutions to the actual problem, you try to search solutions for similar problems. Okay, so that is the symbolic analogy. Instead of finding solutions to actual problem, you try to solve similar problems. That is the symbolic analogy, which makes use of similes and metaphors. Okay, next, direct analogies. Direct analogies means here we are considering the actual problem. Okay, analogies with the existing system. That means analogy with the actual problem. Personal analogies, step into the device. That means, okay, if you consider problem as someone else, you don't take the problem seriously. In case of personal analogy, you assume that problem is your own problem. Okay, if you consider the problem as your own, then you take the problem seriously and you may come up with few solutions to the problem. That is the personal analogies. You will consider the design problem as your personal problem, so that you will take it seriously. Okay, next, fantasy. Okay, you try to escape from the problem. Okay, you try to roam somewhere else instead of thinking about the problem. That is the fantasy analogies. Okay, these are some of the strategies used to generate ideas. Okay, based on the how our brain will think, when it can generate ideas. Okay, based on that, people will make use of this type of analogies. Okay, indirectly addressing a problem, directly addressing a problem, considering problem as personal one, then trying to escape from the problem. These are some of the strategies when you are addressing any problem. Okay, this completes unit 3. Okay, before in next class I will start